Welcome. I hope the sound is okay, and I don't think I have any lagging problems today. I found the problem. The problem was me. I did run too many programs at the same time in my computer. A silly beginner's mistake. As you all see, I'm working on the layout on my live streams. I'm not ready yet. Let's see, who do I have in the side chat? M-Ball, and from the Netherlands, Mr. 42. Yeah, that's about, I think it's 5 on the live stream now. Okay, welcome all. Today I have prepared several shorter videos to look at. One of the most silly claims I heard for a long time is that Photoshop was created in the 18th century, according to a well-known blurf. You are lurk a lot. Okay, you like to lurk. If someone want to join as a live guest, get into the Discord server and you will find a waiting room and I drag you into the live channel. Yes, he's lurks a lot. Okay. Where am I? Here. Okay, a quick one. I want to thank all of you helping me helping Ukraine. As I always mention, all earnings from the channel goes directly to humanitarian aid to Ukraine. We passed 12,500 euros on this. So that's make me very, very happy. And hopefully it makes Ukraine happy too. I have no idea what I'm doing at the moment. There we have it. Okay. The newest project I have worked on for almost 2 months is that I'm sending drones to Ukraine. This is on when money is donated to PayPal, not of the channel earnings is going to this. And so far I sent 10 drones and 1 is on order. So I'm very grateful for that help. Let's move on to the first video. And this is from the one and only show, Globebusters. I can't promise that you will not lose any brain cells. Hello, Mr. 42.
Hello.
I will show. I will share my screen, not screen, so you can see it. Otherwise, you will get behind schedule.
Yes, I have now paused the stream in YouTube, so there's no delay. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, great. Welcome to my little corner on YouTube.
Yeah, so it's about time I joined. I've not been here before. I've been in the side chat, of course, but
I think in my one of my earliest streams, I tried to have you as a guest, but I didn't get the sound to work.
I can't remember that, but it happens. Every technical stuff is difficult in the beginning, so that's fine. If the YouTubers can hear me, then all is good.
Let's see if everyone can hear Mr. 42. Can we get a reaction from the side chat, perhaps? Have to wait some seconds for that one.
Yeah.
It worked some days ago when I had...
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Mr. Lurk-a-lot hears me.
Then we are okay. Okay, the first video today is from the fabulous show Globebusters, and in the panel it's Witsit, it's Jernism. I will stop during the video because this is, as usual, quite stupid.
I gotta say this. So, like, all these pictures, man, I can never look at pictures now. Mind Unveiled, which I don't agree with everything the dude says, of course, but
yeah, I know.
He has a video he just released where he covers old time photos. And bro, it's pretty epic. Like, what we call Photoshop has existed since the early 1800s.
I saw that with
And
like
of course,
the guys with heads off and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know this, that Photoshop was so old. I think it's quite impressive.
I didn't know photos were that old.
In Globebusters reality, it is.
Huh?
Oh dear. Let's move on a bit.
Yeah. And then they did this thing called spirit photography where they would supposedly get pictures of your family ancestry spirits around you and all this crazy stuff. But then he started looking at pictures in the Library of Congress of old cities, and they're all like pasted. There are buildings pasted. They're all painted over. People are painted in. Now, you know, I'm not making any claims as to what that means, but it's interesting because you know what? One of the talking points for the Globers is like, well, you know, this picture's fake. We showed it as Photoshop, blah, blah, the moon. They're like, Photoshop didn't even exist then.
Right?
Yeah, dude, it existed in 1800, my guy.
I thought I heard wrong when I heard it the first time, that they claim that Photoshop is so old.
Yeah, but the second time he repeats it, it is very clear what he means, yeah.
Yeah, and Jernism agrees with this stupidity. What I first thought they was talking about was that early in photography, they was painting on images. There are famous examples. One of the most famous is Stalin, when he stopped liking some of his stuff. It took them away from photos. They painted them over. This is his old technique, but he's talking about Photoshop.
Yeah, he literally says Photoshop. Yeah, photo editing is nothing new. It didn't exist. That existed before Photoshop, of course. But it wasn't software. It was done a lot of skill. It is not easy to do.
Yeah, it's like how they put colors on black and white photos before we had any color film.
Yeah, for example. But like that example that you say, Stalin editing, having people editing photos. Yeah, that is a fact. That did happen. So editing pictures is nothing new. That is true.
Because I think one Trotsky, he who did get the ice pick in the forehead in Mexico, he was edited away, I know. Because suddenly he wasn't a friend of Stalin's. Okay, let's move on.
So, I make a presentation about that, man.
You did make one?
Well, the actual Mount Meru presentation that I did was based on the way that the humans paint photorealistic since the resonance.
Yeah, but what this guy was showing is that like you could even take pictures back in the 1800s and then just basically cut them out and then put them on another picture.
Yeah.
Right, and take a picture of that. And
the first stereoscopic 3D photograph is from the 80s.
And look, I know there's like this whole thing going on, right, where like the guy that originally really put out Ewar, whatever his name is, putting out all this stuff, he's critiquing it now, and I get it, blah blah.
Right.
I'm not saying that when people say every picture is all fake and they lied about the cities. What I'm saying is it's objective that the videos are that the pictures are altered, right? So it's like you can say whatever you want to, but you can literally prove that the pictures are all altered, and it's interesting at the least. Now, I don't think that they always had some, crazy conspiracy where they're like hiding stuff, or it was really empty cities after a reset and then they painted people in. I'm just saying that they were objectively doing. In fact, you couldn't have a photo back then if it wasn't faked. Right?
I really don't understand what Witsits is talking about. You couldn't have pictures?
Yeah, I don't get it either. I mean, the first photograph is from 1827. Sure, there was not a lot of editing going on there.
One of the problems in the early days was that they did have quite long shutter speeds. So they, if you would take a portrait, they had to fixate the head so it didn't move during the exposure and so on. But otherwise, no, I don't think all pictures was fake. It's
Absolutely.
This is
and as FTFE would like to point out, for example, the blue ball picture, there is a negative that you can visit, and that is not what they are talking about editing pictures, and yet then you would find out in a copy paste blah blah. But a negative without on a physical piece of whatever the material is, some sort of plastic maybe, but it's not edited, it's not cut, it's real. You can go there and watch it for yourself.
Yeah, and in some sense, if you take a photo video a mobile phone, it's a kind of composite, because the sensor takes the RGB. Yeah, they take different exposures and put them together. A JPEG image, as you get from the phone, is a processed image. It's mathematics and an algorithm in the phone that makes the picture.
Yeah,
that's how they made the photos, and there's all kinds of literature about it. And you start to look into it, you're like, dang, look, there's someone's. There's just like there's like 7 people with just the knees down, their top of their bodies cut off. And these are pictures in the Library of Congress. You see them hiding transformer boxes on the side of the buildings and stuff, and it's like, sure, you could say, well, they're just touching up the picture. That's the best they could do, whatever. But it's just interesting. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because I've heard they did. If you Google when did Photoshop get invented, it's like 1987, I think. No. Because my answer's always been, well, they had life-size models of these planets and the Earth and stuff like that, right? So they were just taking pictures of that.
Not life-size.
What is a life-size?
Yeah, it's bigger than human
model?
Yes. And yeah, definitely not life-size. Okay. So then they pasted them on there. So I just think it's funny.
So here he admit that he have researched Photoshop. The two brothers invented it 87, and then they sold it to Adobe, and it was released 88. So see, he have the correct information, but he believes it's a conspiracy. Oh dear.
Here indeed.
It is funny, and I just don't know why people. History is the hardest thing to grab onto and be like, I'm going to stand behind this. This definitely happened. This definitely happened. You just don't know. You really don't. And we can take guesses and we can look at the connections, and there's some things that we can say, oh, this probably definitely occurred. But as far as standing behind it, I just can't get behind anything. Like Stonehenge. I mean, why would I get behind that if the whole thing was, we don't know how these stones got on top of here. We don't know how they did that. And then we literally have pictures of videos of them with cranes putting them up there. Now, of course, they say, "Oh, we were doing it after the fact." Well, sure, you can say that, but I mean, it just kind of takes the lore away. I would give it no credence now.
They don't believe anything. History is fake too, obviously.
Of course it is. They have to believe that.
As Globebusters show is a gold mine when it comes to stupidity.
Yeah, I don't really have the patience for it to sit through their streams and create videos about it, really. It's way too long.
The reason I started was that Nathan Oakley desperately tries to start a war with Globebusters and Jernism and so on.
Yeah, he needs a controversy to boost his channel. It's going down.
Yeah,
he needs to do something.
and his view on his own channel is oh dear. Let's listen short bit on Nathan from one of his latest shows. This is a short one.
That's why this channel's here. Tell your friends. We're only about, 22 minutes into the show, and we've already annihilated the globe, proven how you need a flat Earth to measure it, justified how they've hoodwinked you into believing the horizon's a physical sphere edge with a donkey dick bent horizon from a non-measurable geometric limitation at G in this diagram. We've explained it all. This is the cutting edge of flat Earth. Share the show. Make sure your friends know if you're in any way inclined to promote the notion of flat Earth, you must be promoting this show.
Says it all. Oh dear. Nathan is the god of flat Earth.
He wants to be.
Yeah. But I find it quite interesting the difference between the UK side of it and the US side, because in the US part, if you listen to them, often religion comes into it. Not as much in UK.
Yeah, but that has nothing much to do with flat Earth itself. I think that's more the culture of the USA.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah, and today in Flat Earth, UK side have one opinion about gravity, and the US side goes for electric magnetics and a lot of bullshit. They acknowledge that you have a force, downward force, but it's not gravity. And the UK side is this nonsense about the density and so on.
Yeah. This is an egg.
Yeah. I had a look at one icon stand. This one, P-Brain, he was attacking Jernism. This also a short one.
People talk about the New Jerusalem.
People talk about Jern.
People talk about the New Jerusalem. People talk about the New Jerusalem coming down to earth, and it's going to have streets paved with gold, like God gives it about gold.
Jaren.
He's going to pave the streets of the New Jerusalem in gold.
Jaren.
You can tell.
Jaren.
Every word of the Bible is written by man, and it's conceived of in the mind of
You're
man.
making a mistake, bro.
You can tell. It would be a city with a street of gold.
Jaren,
yeah,
stop.
let's do. It's so dumb.
It's not what it
it's
says.
It's so stupid, and
Jaren,
people.
That's not what it says.
Can't see it.
No, Jaren. Actually, what it says, and the street of the city was pure gold, comma, as it were, transparent glass. Let's go up 3 verses to verse 18. The latter half of that verse says, and the city was pure gold, comma, like unto clear glass. Okay.
So, what this have to do with flat Earth, I don't understand. But this infighting in flat Earth take different shapes.
No idea what he's trying to say. And to be honest, I don't really care.
I did take the next one from Karen B and her flat.
Oh dear.
That's October, or what was it called? And this is the
dear friend of MC Toon.
Yes, and this is not her speaking. This is the last speaker of the event, Martin, and I haven't looked at this one before. Let's start it.
Mr. Marty Leeds from Agnostic.
Hello, checking 1, 2. That's the Gnostic Church and Academy of Lord Jesus Christ. Hello, I'm Marty Leeds. Thank you all for being here. Can we get a round of applause for Karen B and all the wonderful volunteers? Because they've been killing it. Yeah, I'm just happy to be here, happy to see so many wonderful people. So I'm going to try to make this quick. Usually I'm pretty verbose, so we'll do my best. Today we're going to talk about the biggest conspiracy in the world.
And what conspiracy do you think that is?
Is the background an indication?
Let's hear.
What we're going to talk about today. So before we get into that, yes, my name is Marty Leeds. I run a church. We do service every Sunday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, online service. So if you guys want to check it out, it's gnosticacademy.org. And we talk about lots and lots of things. So we've got a good reception of it. Just started the church this year, and it's been going well. So before we get into that, I want to just let everybody know that we are doing the True Earth Mount Meru Summit on November 11th and 12th, and Austin Whitsitt is one of the guys that set that up. So it's going to be great. I mean, you can see the host of just... so you can use the promo code Marty50 and get 50% off. And it's going to be great. Really looking forward to it. So it is an online summit. So you can watch it in your underwear, drink a glass of Merlot or whatever you want. So once again, we're going to talk about the biggest conspiracy in the world. And most of you are probably like, well, we're at Flattoberfest. We already know what the biggest conspiracy in the world is. It's the flat Earth. There's nothing bigger than the flat Earth, and they're lying to us about it. Well, that's true. That is very true. But we're going to talk about something else other than that. So flat Earth is the biggest physical conspiracy. Absolutely. They're lying to us about where we live. So there's nothing bigger than the ground that we stand on. So I think we all know this. It is literally the biggest physical conspiracy out there. But there's one that's actually bigger than that. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And that is the biggest metaphysical conspiracy.
I did cut that short. What he's talking about is of course the church. That the purpose of it all is to hide God. That's the purpose of flat Earth.
Yeah, I find it very interesting that he calls flat Earth a conspiracy.
Yeah,
literally.
Quite stupid.
Yeah.
What are your topics in the upcoming weeks then?
Oh, I have no idea. I never plan ahead. When I create a video, I go in Discord. I have my own bot posting all those channels, the Flat Earth channels, and I pick 1 or 2, maybe 3 videos, and I create a video directly after that. So beforehand, I never know what's going on. Even in my last video, I say in the beginning, I picked 1 video, but it's a very short one. And for the rest of the video, I have no idea what's going to happen at the moment that I'm recording this. And then I work a few hours, and then I have a video at the end. but planning ahead is not something I do.
So it's random producing videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh dear. I think it's quite hard to find new flurf material.
Yes, it is. It is. I have some trouble in the last few months, actually, like half a year, finding new ideas. I mean, new videos are out all the time, but new ideas or new topics that they talk about, that is very hard to find. It's always the same, basically.
Yeah, and if one channel make some new claims, several others are following. As earlier it was astronomical navigation, then everybody runs that. That's and they have the same so-called proofs.
And the proof is nah.
They never make any own observation. As for Nathan's Black Swan, he didn't videotape that. He didn't do anything beside his crappy analyze of the images. That's all.
Yeah. Well, you don't really have to do everything yourself. That is bullshit that they repeat from, hey, do your own observations, do your own experience. That is not what have to be done. You can do it, that's fine, but you don't have to do it all the time. But when they claim you have to do it, but then they don't do it themselves, that is just hypocrite.
Yeah,
that is really weird in my opinion.
Yeah, but another funny claim is as Jared about history, things you haven't seen by yourself can be fake. They never trust the science or other people's observations. But
yeah,
if they claim that it's a proof of a flat Earth, they don't look at it critical. They accept it at once, as the latest video I made about Taboo with the sailor from Switzerland that claimed that magnetic declination don't exist.
I haven't seen that latest video yet, so sorry.
Yeah, no, it's no problem. But it's a Swiss. I made a video. He have made 2 videos about him. It was some months ago he made the first one, and then last week he made one, and it's he have sailed this ocean races, sailing boats around the globe, and he claims that he lives on a flat Earth, and he claims that compasses don't work at the way we think, and magnetic declination is a hoax, and it's to hide problems with the map. So in his video he moved. In reality, Moscow was 10 degrees to the west of where it was placed in the maps. So it's so damn silly, and it's so.
That is silly indeed. I mean, you can take a compass, you can travel to places where those inclinations are easy to observe with a compass, and you can see where it points to and where it should point to.
Yeah.
Does it match or not? It's quite easy to do.
But in that video, I used the Globebusters to debunk him, because I did find on Globebusters where they discussed this, and where Karen B and some others have tried this to determine the magnetic declination where they were, and they did find a magnetic declination. So
exactly, yeah.
So it was quite funny to debunk him using his friends in Globebusters instead of doing the experiment by myself.
Yeah, and I've seen DITRH use it as an argument before as well, that it does exist. It was in the debate with Professor Dave.
Yeah. It's. Perhaps we can agree that they are stupid.
Yes. Absolutely.
So you don't know what you're planning to do next. So
I have no idea.
I have some ideas. When I run out of ideas, I make a music video instead.
Okay. Oh, I do have one idea, but I cannot really talk about it because I need permission from one other creator.
Okay.
But I do have a little idea. It is not flat Earth.
No, I hope it's not the silly delete lows or something.
Oh no. I used one of his little clips in the beginning of one of my videos, but that was more for fun. And someone gave me a lyric, and I passed it on to the Snark, who made a song about it. And I put the song on my channel as a mirror, but that is the extent of delete laws that I'm going to do. There will be no more of that.
I made some music videos about him, but I will not make any proper videos about him. Here we have my Flurf wheel. Now I will decide which will be the next Flurf that I will make a video about. This will be very interesting. Can be quite hard if they haven't produced any good material. Let's start the wheel. Oh no.
Oh, Adams.
Oh. Oh, why did you put his name on the wheel? Oh, okay. Kyle it will be. Or me.
Yeah. My last video was on Level Earth Observer.
But I think he's so boring. He has the same argument all the time.
Yes, he has. But last week on Wednesday, there was of course the Artemis mission. He made a video about it.
Yeah.
And there was literally nothing in it except it looks fake and Tosh and pantomime and all that shit, all the basic stuff that he does. So what I did, I took his whole video, it's only 3 minutes, added a few comments, and at the end I was like, you didn't actually say anything. There is nothing there, no argument, nothing new, no ideas. What is your point even?
Did he respond to it or?
No.
When I did videos about it, he came in and commented, and he was on some of my live streams, but he stopped doing that nowadays.
Yeah, I've seen him around in the past indeed, every now and then. I think he commented twice on a video of mine. It was long. But even then he has nothing really to say, only from then, yeah, the damage is done. I've seen him comment once, or more of the pantomime Tosh blah blah comments that he has. He doesn't have any real arguments anyway. Scientifically impossible.
Yes, and the only experiments I've seen him do, it's with his tower crane, when he tried to prove his science using his tower crane. I never seen anything else from him, but still he claims it's scientifically proven. It's quite funny.
Yeah, it is.
On my last stream, I had a guest, a Flurf guest, and then I had Multi-Tom-Tom in the side chat.
A long time no see.
Yeah, the people in the side chat asked him to make a new music video. That one was hilarious. That he did the Multi-Tom-Tom rap was great. We miss it.
Familiar with that one.
You don't have any other projects or
Currently, no. I just check my Discord every now and then for what the flirts are doing. Sometimes I also check other subjects. I have done a series of 3 a few months ago, for example, about the electric universe.
Yeah.
Sometimes I take on, depending how stupid he is this time, Matt Powell. But he must be extremely stupid more than usual. Otherwise, it's just very boring for me. Because one thing, I will not attack him for being religious. There's a lot of religious people who keep it to themselves or understand that the Bible is not a scientific textbook. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I will not attack religion by itself ever. But if you're gonna say stupid stuff about it, then I'm on.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not religious. I have many religious friends. I have 2 friends that works as priests and so on. I have no problem with other people's faith, and I defend the right to have a belief. But I'm allergic against some of those, especially some Americans that have their own view on the Bible and try to force others on their beliefs, like the convict in Florida, Ken Owen, and those fools.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, and the only reason that they're trying to fight against the evolution and the Big Bang and stuff is because they believe the Earth is only 6,000 years old. If they drop that part, which is not based on anything than false calculations and false misinterpretations of the Bible anyway, there's no facts or lines in the Bible that suggest a 6,000-year-old Earth. But if you go past that, then I would say, well, the Big Bang and evolution is not even against what God could have done if he exists. They are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
If you think about it, evolution is not evidence that God doesn't exist. In my opinion, I don't see any reason that he should exist, but it doesn't exclude it.
If you listen to this astronomer, the Vatican has observatory in US, and the chief there, he's a monk and astronomer. I listened to some of his talks, and he's quite interesting regarding how old the universe are and how big it is. His opinion is, if they find more, the God's creation is even bigger and more fascinating. So he's not afraid of finding new things in space and so on, but he can connect it to his belief in a God.
Oh, that's awesome.
But if you mention that the Vatican have observatories and have been pro science for very long, they are evil in some religious people's minds.
Yeah, well, for the Vatican, I can agree that they are sometimes evil in certain ways.
Yeah, me too. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But they are not science deniers.
No, they're not science deniers.
But they
at least not anymore.
No, yes, that's correct. But I think this is one reason for my stand, that I don't live in a very religious country either. Religion have no political power in Sweden as in its way it have in the US.
Oh, exactly.
We have one Christian party in our parliament that I think they have 4.5% of the votes, and they are not so Christian either. They don't run Christian-driven politics like abortion, against the gay marriages and so on. They don't have that kind of politics. So
I'm not quite sure what the parties are even here.
do you have any?
Well, there are probably some parties here, yeah, but I don't know what they are.
It's
Last time I checked, I'm not even allowed to vote in the country's elections right now because I'm an immigrant.
You're a German citizen, or
Yeah,
yeah.
but I am of course with a Dutch nationality, so that is not always easy to deal with certain things. For work and stuff, it's all easy. I mean, we're all in the EU, and that makes the stuff very easy. But with the voting, I haven't figured it out, and I don't really care about it either.
But you have lived in Netherlands for long, or?
Yeah, I've lived there 35 years.
Okay. So you have been there for a longer time than in Germany then?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Unless I'm at least 70, which I'm not.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. My holographic imaging can do a lot of tricks, but it does not make me look that much younger.
It's like in the first video you look at, it's photoshopped and it's a fake. So it's clearly fake.
Yes, I will not deny that. It's the same. It's the same as NASA. They do have CGI on their websites. They do have fake photos on their websites. But every time they do, there's a disclaimer below it saying that it is. And so do I.
I think it's in December. It will be 3 years since I started the channel. I think I released my first video late December 2019. And in the beginning, I fell for making flurf videos. Was that they, in the beginning, often used cameras and photos as evidence. So one of my first favorites was Ranty, because it was so easy to debunk, and it was easy to explain what was wrong with his analyzing images. So I miss those type of flurf content.
I understand. I came a bit later to the game. My first video is less than 2 years ago. I have never heard of Renty before he converted back to the Globe. That was the first time that I encountered him, so I've never been in that position. I also haven't seen his old content either.
He was a gold mine. He was out several times a week with his P1000 and took long distance videos, and they were clearly showing buildings missing, the lower parts of ships missing, and still he believed that he was proving the flat Earth, and he was a regular on Nathan's show. He and the Eggman Sleeping Warrior was constantly on Nathan's show too, and Nathan's had, I think he had about 5,000 or 6,000 subscribers, and had a live show himself several times a week where he presented his evidence.
This is an egg.
Yeah. That's a classic.
That's a classic, yeah.
But I miss Sleeping Warrior stupidity. His videos was also very funny to debunk.
Yeah, I never really enjoyed that much, but I understand how for others it is indeed interesting. Yeah.
They were so plain stupid, so they was so easy to make fun of his claims. this egg experiment, for instance, or I have a very old video when he was crawling around the beach with his mobile phone. It's they were hilarious, but I'm in a way missing. Okay.
Maybe he will be back someday.
Yeah.
Active.
I'm fascinated that we still have an audience.
Yes, we do. We are interesting people.
We are. I hope everyone is a member on Mr. 42's channel. If not,
that would be great.
look him up. Locking up, so he makes more videos, so he don't get out at the town and making other things.
Yeah. Do you by the way, do you know that I shouldn't even be here? Currently at work.
You're currently at work. You have a work?
Yeah, I have a job.
Oh, I thought you was the Globesites version of Nathan Oakley.
No.
Never leaving the sofa.
Well, that is true in a way. I still work from home.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you only have one work then.
I have one job. Yeah.
That's one of my main problems, that I have 2 occupations.
Ah.
And they don't combine so well at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the madman in the East. Normally I work half my time for the military and half time as self-employed as a filmmaker and photographer. But this year haven't been a normal year for me. I have So last 6 months, I think I have been away for more than half of my time, and it have affected both the channel and my ordinary work. But hopefully I will have more time at home now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have seen how it affects your channel. You have talked about a little bit how it affects your work. I do understand as well that you cannot say too much about that work and how it affects exactly, but yeah, there is quite an impact indeed. Yes, I got it, George Hannes. It's the gremlin in the Kremlin.
And then some events have changed my schedule totally, as when the gas line was blown up in the south of Sweden. Then I had to go away for 2 weeks, not planned in advance, then had to cancel other works and so on. So it's have been a nightmare this year. I get feedback several times a week. I get video, films, photos, and I talk to them. So when they are on leave in some weeks' time, I will have a live stream with perhaps 2 of them that will tell more about how they are using the drones. And at the moment, they are looking for approval from higher up in the organization to show some videos and photos too.
If you need a good audience for that, I think the Shields is a perfect channel to do that.
They have. I love his channel, Starsky's channel. I operate the Starsky. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, I think the channel is from Dick Dawson, but they have Starsky on every week indeed. So that might be interesting if you're gonna have that conversation, to do it on that channel and have a large audience. Maybe it's up to you, of course.
Yeah. It's 2 sides of that one. One is perhaps it will drag more attention if I do it on my attention to my channel. I meant. Because it's the base of the foundings for the drones is my channel and my subscribers, audience, and so on. I think
Yeah,
I
sure.
will stick to my.
Yeah, sure. Hey, it is your conversation. You decide where it's going to happen. I was just giving an idea.
Yeah. Thank you. I thought about it. They have invited me several times for joining their streams, but they the times they are online
yes.
is not a European time.
I know that they have invited me multiple times as well, and I'm like, what? Not at this night. It's in the middle of the night for me.
Yeah.
I do have a family as well.
Yeah, I had the man who is as big as a state in Australia was on one of my live streams last week, yours. And when
you charge, yeah.
Yeah, and when I'm going on 11 UTC as today, it's quite late for him instead. So it's hard to do these live streams with people from other continents.
Yep, it absolutely is.
And that I chose this time is in the evening time for us Europeans. It's several others that go live.
There is no ideal time to do it, in my opinion. If you do it for the older people on the globe, if you do it for where you are and the USA, then there is a good time. If you do it for yourself and the Asia part in Australia, then there is another good time, but there is no good single time for everyone. It just doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's quite a problem.
And we all have to deal with it.
Oh, Mr. Ball have a Plurf channel here.
Let me see. Click. Oh, that's close to stream. Yeah, I am aware of that channel, Mr. Ball. That is one of the subscriptions that I have in my Discord, where I check new content and stuff. But I actually have a few videos on the guy, but not a lot. He's not that interesting. He doesn't have that much new ideas. But sometimes, sure, why not?
Who was it? Wait, I must have a look at this one. If it's someone I have.
It's a flat Earth vodka.
Never heard of.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't done the video that he linked to, but I have done. Let me see if I can find any recent ones. I don't see it that fast. Could be a while ago as well. I don't really remember.
And Ball, I will have a look at that.
It can be fun sometimes, yeah. This live stream is the best. Simple user. Are you clicking buttons?
What?
There was on screen, simple user, this live stream is the best. I saw it on YouTube.
Oh dear. Okay, we have rumbled for babbling about 1 hour soon, so I think I will start to end this stream. I have a life to attend to, some strange reason. Very happy that you joined me, Mr. 42.
Oh, I got a notification that you're going live today for a change. Usually I don't get notifications.
Must be honest, I'm not going to work. I promised my old mother to take her to the pharmacy to buy medicine.
That's important.
Very important. 86 years old and waiting for eye surgery. She have hard time seeing. They are changing her lens in the, what do you call it? Gray, what do you call it? The sickness when the lens get not transparent.
Yeah. I do not know the term in English, to be honest.
In Swedish is gråstarr.
Yeah.
Gray.
Yes,
Oh.
Yeah, that is exactly the same in Dutch, except the words are a bit different, but it means the same. Grijze star, grauwe star.
But I have not so big problems reading Dutch. It's quite similar to Swedish, many. Yes,
Yeah,
Ball.
could be.
Yeah.
Cataract. I was about to say it. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Embol. Thank you, Alan Evans. Thank you, Mark Tin.
Okay, all. I will be back later this week with a live. Tomorrow it will be a ordinary video. Perhaps I will make one on Mr. Ball's suggestion too. Okay, thank you everyone, and thank you everyone for supporting the channel, and thank you all of you that supported the drone project. Have a nice day all.